Okay, 皆さんこんにちは。Now I am going to create a short video for vocabulary chapter 14. Okay, so as I told you before, this chapter 14 would be the most difficult chapter among all the chapter you are learning in 2252. Okay, that's why please focus and try your best to understand what you are going to learn in chapter 14. Alright. And actually, what is the main topic in chapter 14? Actually, is related to verb actually. When you are going to learn one of the form related to verb, take form verb. Okay, which means most of the vocabulary in chapter 14 actually related to verb. Okay, that's why the first grammar you are going to see after this is mostly related to verb, and after that, because after that noun, because usually we are going to use verb together with noun. Alright. Okay, so what is the verb you are going to learn first today? The first verb is schemas. Okay, what is the meaning of schemas? Schemas meaning turning on. Okay, switching on. For example, switching on the light. Alright, denki o tsukemas. And then the opposite word is keshimasu, switching off, turning off. Alright. And then the next verb is akemasu, open. Alright. Open the door. Door o akemasu. Okay. Shimemasu, close or shutting. Closing the door. Door o shimemasu. Okay. Isogimasu, meaning hurry. Okay. Actually, it's similar to the word isoide. Okay, but maybe you're not learning yet. Okay, so for the moment, remember the verb isogimasu. Alright, and then the next verb is machimasu, waiting. Okay, you can see the people is very annoying, irritating. Alright, because maybe the person, another person is not coming on the time. Okay, alright. The next verb is torimasu, take or pass. Okay, usually if you want to say taking object, this is the verb actually. And but do not confuse with torimasu for picture, because before this we already learned the verb torimasu, but this one is for picture, taking a picture. Okay, this one is taking an object. Alright. Okay, and then the next one is tetsudaimasu. The meaning is actually help. Okay, with a task. Okay, for example here, oka-san wo tetsudaimasu. Okay, so what the kid is helping about? Okay, this is helping this kid is helping his mother to bring the plate. Okay, and this kid actually helping for bringing the food. Okay, and so in action like this, you can use word tetsudaimasu. Why I need to say this thing clearly here? Usually for Malaysian students, they are confused with another word, tasukemasu. Okay, if you search on a dictionary or Google it, you will see tasukemasu also meaning help. Tetsudaimasu also meaning help. Okay, but what is the difference? That's why for this one, inside the bracket and with a task. Okay, for tasukemasu. Okay, tasukemasu. For tasukemasu, even though the meaning is help, but actually is helping for a serious thing. Okay, let's say if you see somebody involved in accident on the way to school, so you need to help the person. Okay, let's say calling the ambulance, sending to hospital, and so on. Right? Okay, this kind of help you should you need to use word tasukemasu, not tetsudaimasu. Okay, tetsudaimasu is a not serious thing, something like this. Okay, helping your mother, you can use tetsudaimasu, and in situation like this, you cannot use a word tasukemasu, oka-san o tasukemasu. If you say to Japanese people, oka-san o tasukemasu, haha o tasukemasu, obviously Japanese people will misunderstand what you try to say. Okay, if you say okasan tasukemasu, meaning you try to help your mother for a serious thing. Okay, be careful. Alright, and then the next vocabulary is yobimasu, call. Okay, let's say if you want to call other person name. Okay, and so this is the word. Okay, yobimasu. The next word is hanashimasu, speak or talk. Okay, and tsukaimasu, use. Okay, for example, uh, mm, I am using a screw driver to open the machine. Okay, driver を、使います。So this is the word maybe you can use for 使います。Alright. Okay. The next word is 止めます。Okay, 止めます can be two meaning. First is here you can see the picture parking a car, 車を止めます。Okay, another thing, another meaning is actually stop. Okay, let's say you see a police or construction staff. Okay, so the person is stopping your car. So this is obviously not parking a car, but also can use word 止めます。Okay, both is 車を止めます but the different meaning, so you need to be careful. Okay, 見せます this is quite important. I am going to use in grammar session later on, so please understand the meaning is actually show. Okay, show, for example here, showing a passport, showing a document, passport を見せます。Okay, the next vocabulary is 教えます meaning tell. For here inside the bracket 住所を meaning address, telling address, telling an address, right? 住所を教えます because why they put inside the bracket 住所を because originally 教えます meaning teach actually. Alright, if you look into the dictionary, another meaning of 教えます actually teach, but obviously if you are using for address 住所を教えます you are not teaching address. Okay, address is not something for you to teach. Okay, it's something for you to tell. Okay, that's why there are two meaning, but in this chapter what you need to understand here is about telling, for example telling address. All right. Okay, and also all other information lah about your privacy. Okay, 教えます。Okay, the next verb is actually 座ります sit down. Okay, and then opposite is 立ちます stand up. Okay, and okay, the next verb is 入ります Okay, so you can see the example given here inside the bracket is 喫茶店に入ります Okay, this is another verb. Actually you are using particle need. Okay, maybe I explain here. Okay, because usually when we are dealing with verb we are using particle de, right? Okay, MJ 大学で勉強します 食堂で食べます Okay, but there are some exception. Okay, for example before this we learn about ありますいます Okay, and for that particular verb, okay, actually we are using particle need. Okay, 食堂にいます食堂にあります Okay, for example, but this is another verb actually included into the exception. Okay, even though this one is verb but you are going to use particle need because you are consider you are going to that area. Okay, for verb which means you are entering a place, entering another person's privacy. Okay, you are going to use particle need for this kind of verb, remember. Alright, okay, and then opposite to 入ります is 出ます and then you need also to be careful with the particle. The particle for 出ます is o. Okay, meaning from. Okay, okay, and then the next verb is 降ります For example, 雨が降ります Okay, the meaning is actually rain. Okay, so even though inside the vocabulary list it's stating a rain like a noun, but actually this one is a verb. That's why you need to be careful, alright? Because later on in demonstration you will see I am going to show you some example. When you are converting into T-form, you need to follow the verb, the T-form verb rules, alright? Okay. Copy します. Copy します meaning taking a copy, alright? Okay, this is also originally noun copy, but now you put together with します it become verb. Okay, like 旅行します. Okay, and denki. Okay, this one is not verb anymore. This one is a noun. Okay, denki is actually electricity or light. It can be two meaning. Okay, if you want to say about electricity also can, and if you want to say about light also can. That's why when you want to say about switching on the light, you can say 電気をつけてください. Switching off the light, 電気を消してください. Alright? Okay. And then aircon, obviously, I think no need to explain. Okay, passport, be careful with the pronunciation. And the namae is name. Okay, jusho is address. Chizu is a map. Shio is salt. Okay, sato is sugar. And mondai is question, problem, trouble. It can be a lot of meaning based on your situation. Okay, that's why I am saying this. Okay, usually if you try to answer question for what related to Japanese language, okay, you will see at the top of the paper it is stating mondai. Okay, mondai ichi, mondai ni, mondai san. Okay, so if you see a mondai word in your test paper, obviously it's not a trouble lah. Okay, it's not trouble. Obviously the meaning there is actually question. Okay, question 1, question 2, question 3. All right, and then but if you see let's say if you see some people telling you their problem or they are in trouble, 私は問題があります. Okay, I have obviously the meaning is not I have a question. Okay, yes, even though in English translation is it look like something nothing wrong with the sentence I have a question. Okay, because we usually when we want to ask a question also we are using the word I have a question, right? But in Japanese language we are not saying 私は問題があります. If you say 私は問題があります, what Japanese people understand what you try to say is actually I have trouble, I have problem, please help me. Okay, so that's why you need to be careful. If you want to ask a question, 私は質問があります. There is another different word. Okay, be careful. Alright, and then 答え is answer. 読み方 is how to read, way of reading. Okay, kata is actually how to, way of. Okay, that's why for here the example given is 読み方, how to read. But if you want to say about how to write, 書き方. If you want to say about how to speak, 話し方. Okay, if you want to say how to switching on, つけ方. Okay, for example, so you can use together with verb, but usually we are not putting must together. We omit the must from the original verb. つけ方, 話し方, 食べ方, and so on. Alright. Okay, まっすぐ meaning straight, ゆっくり meaning slowly, leisurely. Alright, すぐ meaning immediately. すぐ来てください. Please come right now. Please come immediately. Alright. Okay, また meaning again. また今度会いましょう. Let's see later on again. Okay. また来てください. Please come again. Okay. 後で meaning later on. Okay. もう少し more another. The meaning is more or another. もう少し頑張ってください. Please try your best a little bit more. Okay. For example, もう少しください. Please give me a little bit more. Alright. More meaning mean more or another. Okay. Alright. And then sa. Okay. This expression is actually quite difficult to explain. Okay. The English translation is actually right. Okay. But inside the bracket is stating, okay, used when encouraging some course of action. So how to explain is actually, let's say, uh, if you want to asking people to do something together, and you want to maybe you want to motivate them to do something together, let's do it. Okay, okay, in this situation, in this kind of situation, you can apply this this word actually. Sa tabemashou. Okay, yes, let's eat, let's start eating. Okay, for example lah. Sa benkyo shimashou. Yes, let's start studying. All right. That's why if you translate to write, actually you slightly difficult to understand the meaning. You need to look into the situation, and then you can understand how to use this vocabulary sa. Okay. Are. Okay, the meaning is actually in English translation, but used in a surprise or wonder. Okay, let's say if you notice you missing something from your inside your bag, okay, you can use are. Nice, okay, for example. All right, okay, and so on lah. If you surprise, okay. And then the next vocabulary, not a vocabulary, expression actually, okay, is shingo wo migi e magatte kudasai. The meaning is please turn right at the signal at the traffic light. Please turn right at the traffic light. Okay, so obviously actually you can use with another word lah. Okay, if you want to say left, shingo wo hidari e magatte kudasai, and so on. Okay. Alright, and then kore de onegai shimasu, meaning I like to pay with this. Okay, usually you try to imagine your situation at cashier. Okay, and then you want to you are putting your credit card, for example, and then you want to say I want to pay with this. Okay, kore de onegai shimasu. Okay, okay. Actually, this expression is not limited about the payment. Okay, but somehow inside the vocabulary list it's stating paid with this. But let's say if you want to submit for example homework to your lecture, also you can use this. Okay, kore de onegai shimasu. Okay, please accept my my homework with this one, for example lah. Okay, that's why it can be a lot of meaning based on your situation. Otsuri is changed when you pay with cash money. Okay, you get the balance right, and the balance or change, okay, is otsuri. And then Midoricho is a fictitious town. Okay, do not search on Google because it's not a real town, and only created specifically for studying purpose in Minnan Nihongo book. Okay, that's all for vocabulary chapter 14. Okay, later on we are going to look into grammar for chapter 14. If you still have something not sure, confused about the vocabulary, please ask me anytime. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Sayonara. Bye.